There you go, Deadpan. But you're muted.
Party foul. All right, one more time. Thanks everyone for joining for the debut of Deadpan Dope. I am Deadpan Lizzie, the Beanie God, and I'm thrilled to see everyone here in beanies and not in beanies to share their art tonight. This mic will be every other Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we are currently live on Facebook. So if you don't want to be recorded or heard, please mute yourself and turn your camera off. And if you are going to perform, please unmute yourself when I call your name and then mute yourself again when someone else is reading. But of course, when people are finished, if you want to clap and shout, unmute yourself, go for it. Use the little emojis in the reactions below. And yeah, I'm very excited. And just a couple ground rules: no hate speech at all. If I hear any of that tonight, you're getting the boot, no questions asked. This is a safe space for all artists and beanies. And like me, many of us have parallel careers and are here to just unwind after, kind of a rather long day. So please leave any crappy attitudes and beef behind before entering the space, unless it's beyond me, because I'm a vegan and I'll take any burgers or sausage of Beyond or Impossible anytime. All right. Marissa is going to talk about, before I give the rest of the rules, just some stuff coming up with The Word Is Right in the next couple months.
Oh my God, welcome you guys to the debut show of Deadpan Dope. I'm so free. Are you guys excited? Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. Deadpan Dope has needed her own show for a hot minute. All right, just a reminder, we have a brand new show coming to Word Is Right with Sirocco Shaman from Instagram, and he has some incredible things that he is doing here at Word Is Right through Zoom. He's a music forward spoken word artist, and so he's going to be doing the first and third Sundays, and those are in the afternoon. Everything is already up on the event page, so you got to get hip with that. Don't forget Mondays, first and third Monday, we have Cafe Generalissimo. And then the second and fourth Monday, we have Moist Mondays, which is an erotic open mic with myself and the Fishnet Poet Con. Tuesdays, we have Quixotic Queers with Maud Dukes, but I think she's going to be renaming that show. And then, of course, we have Deadpan Dope the first and third Tuesday of the month. Wednesdays, we've got Poetry with Nick P. And the first and third Wednesday, so you'll have tomorrow night Poetry with Nick P. Nick Paleologos, our very own, who's in the room. He'll be right back here tomorrow night. Same place, different Zoom link. All of the events are on The Word Is Right. And that is going to trade off the second and fourth Wednesday night with Ron Mark Thompson, who is going to have a workshop of some kind, whether it's an arts and crafts workshop or a poetry workshop or both. You definitely want to come to those workshops. Thursday, Blue and Lonnie, they're thinking through Thursdays is moving. It's moving to a different day and time, and that is to be announced. But we do have MD Live on the hook for Thursdays to keep that mental health forward open mic going. So I do have a spot for every other Thursday. If someone wants to do a mental health forward open mic, you can pick the time on that. And then Friday, of course, the last Friday of the month, we have Freestyle Fridays with Ray Jane. We are going to bring back movie night to Word Is Right. That will be at least one Friday a month. And then, of course, we have the One Poet Show. We'll be featuring Kemlyn Bappy. It's an entire set, an hour from her, just in the same room. That'll be a ticketed event. This Saturday night is my open mic. We're double featuring Thomas Connor and Wordsmith Philly. Wordsmith Philly just debuted his poetry collection with Miro and Emily and Gigi and Nick and all those poets. So if you have never heard from him, you gotta be here Saturday night. Then Sunday, the 12th, is the book signing of the next 10 poets. So, Gigi, Miro, Emily, Nick, Ashley, Generalissimo, right? All of those poets, it's their actual book signing live. They're gonna be doing reading from their book, and you buy the book on their show, they're gonna sign it for you right away. Come support those poets, please. And then in 2 Saturdays, the 18th, December 18th, y'all, is our 1-year anniversary. And it is so exciting because Ma Dukes and I started this platform 1 year ago, and look at how much we've achieved this year. It is a ticketed event, but it's only $5 for a ticket on Eventbrite. We only get $3.10 of that, and that's to help us fund the Zoom room for the next year so that we can provide this platform free of charge to the poets and continue to be spreading the love and all of that wonderful things. So if you have not got your ticket yet for the 1 year anniversary show, please do. It'll be a feature of the features. So all of the features who read here this year, the entire year, they get invited back on the 18th. And so those of you in the room who have been features like Rusty Rose, and you know, I think Jeff is going to be featuring there as well. Daniel Viegas, Nick P, all of these poets who have already featured. If you have not got back to me yet, let me know if you want to feature. And all of the features, I think we have 20 already who are coming back to read. So it's an epic, epic night. Definitely worth $5. And you know what, we're going to keep paying it forward to poets. So otherwise, we do not have anything planned for Christmas. We do not have anything planned for New Year's Eve. We plan to be a New Yo on New Year's Eve. But if anyone is interested in doing a New Year's Day feature, let me know, and we can kick off the new year with a bang. All right, sorry, Deadpan, there's just so much to cover because December, even though it's a short month kind of for holidays, it's a big month. We're rounding out. And you know what? I want to give a huge congratulations to Christina Ivy. She won the Grand Slam on Saturday night. It was all the slammers throughout the whole year came back. They were invited for $150 and she won the Grand Slam. So we're so excited, Christina Ivy, for you. All right, Deadpan, let's go, guys. Let's have a good night. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, no, all those promotions are important. The Word is Right is a community building channel, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. It's all, and January 4th is a Tuesday next year, and it also happens to be the 1 year anniversary of when I joined the entire poetry community, starting with Neo. So we're gonna have a little celebration that night. So bring your champagne, or I'll bring my apple cider because I don't drink. So that'll be in the new year. All right, so just to go over a little more rules before we begin. Each artist has 4 minutes to share whatever medium of art they want to perform. If you haven't DM'd me already in the chat and you'd like to read, please do, and I'll get you on the list. And I'll always announce who's on deck, okay? And then maybe later in the evening, we'll do a little prompt if we have time. And then when we go off Facebook, if anyone wants to stick around, I know it's getting late for some of us East Coasters, we'll do a little after party, a little after hours when the Facebook goes off. But I'm gonna read a poem I wrote earlier today to kick off this, and it is called A Tap Dance. We block the beats, erase the moves, redesign the rhythms, tape out the stage, peel it back, put it back down, watch it accumulate the snort until we close, sweat drenching the stage, house, dressing rooms, wings, bodega, and cat. Down the block, what's so great about the white way? The great white way, every damn minute of it. So that's just a little thesis poem I wrote in the subway today. Thanks. All right, so to kick off our first artist of the night.
All right, I just had to do that.
Thank you. Oh no, I love when you cheer for me, Marissa. It's one of my favorite things. All right, thank you. So to kick off our night, all the way from Canada, please welcome Jeff Cottrell and Pinky. How's it going, Jeff?
Good, and Beanie.
And Beanie. The Beanie
I have a Beaverton beanie. The Beaverton is a satirical publication and TV show here. It's kind of like The Onion, but Canadian. So it's very fitting. It's very fitting that I'm going first because the piece I'm going to do is not a poem, but an introduction to a poem. So this is from my third book of poetry, which was published by Happy Jack Press in Neepawa, Manitoba in 1996, and titled With Vulnerable Roses Do I Sweep the Curtained Walls. That's the title of the book, not the poem itself. The poem is called Flutter and the Heroes Bathe. I've structured this poem as a series of villanelles. For those who don't know what a villanelle is, it's a 19-line poem made up of 5 tercets and a quatrain with 2 refrains and 2 repeated rhymes. The idea for this poem came to me sometime in the late 80s when I was vacationing in what was then West Berlin. But of course, one would now refer to the entire city of Berlin due to Germany's radically changed political situation in the ensuing years. I was wandering around the Tiergarten, searching for the pond called Der Neue See, literally translated as the new sea, yet I couldn't find my way out of the goldfish Teich area closer to the wall. It was a frustrating and embarrassing experience. I didn't know a lot of German at the time, so I didn't make much progress as far as asking for directions. I came upon this old tree. I believe it was near the Soviet War Memorial. I'm sure you know the one. And the tree was shaped like, I suppose you would call it a hexagonal cross-section. Truly a miracle of nature. And there was a bird up in the tree, and it was singing. It was a robin. And the robin's tune gave me the idea for this poem because it reminded me of something Bertolt Brecht once said about a bird's mating song. I believe the exact words are, Ich spiele Fußball mit dem getrennten Kopf von Leni Riefenstahl. In other words, humanity's customs and laws and beliefs have changed over the centuries, but the birds are still here, virtually unchanged. It's a direct connection to history, and it's this direct connection that I wanted to express in this poem that I'm going to read to you right now. Oh, another fascinating thing about the Tiergarten is the history of the Siegessäule, or the Victory Column. The monument originally stood further east, more or less in front of the Reichstag, but the Nazis ordered the monument moved to its present location merely because the Siegessäule blocked their view of the city. I mean, isn't that astounding? They tore down the monument brick by brick and reassembled it further away, the same way they did with the original London Bridge when they moved it to Arizona. It staggers the mind. I even wrote a haiku about it. For those who don't know what a haiku is, it's a traditional Japanese style of short-form poetry consisting of 17 syllables, sometimes, though not exclusively, in 3 lines. But I was going to tell you about this poem, which once again is titled Flutter and the Heroes Bathe. Now, what I was trying to achieve in this poem is an embellishment and juxtaposition of many themes close to my heart, such as the yearning for peace of mind in times of war and social disruption, but also the fleeting spiritual wanderings of youth when confronted by the futility of worshiping physical beauty, as well as the agonies of the downfall of pride and vanity. I believe truly it was all best expressed in Michel Foucault's essays about spatial relationships in literature. Now, I'm not going to stand here recounting all of Foucault's ingenious spatial theories for you, as I'm sure we're all familiar with them, and it would waste valuable time and we'd never get to my poem, in which, incidentally, I was going for a sort of William Blake feel, particularly in the use of metaphysical metaphors and gustatory imagery. And yet, I also wanted to evoke the spirit of Rudy Weeb, as I've always admired his depictions of the Native American perspective. I remember the first time I read The Temptations of Big Bear. My Lord, I must have been 17, and I swear the book changed my life. It made me see our North American heritage in a completely different light. Far more powerful than Dances with Wolves. Well, on with my poem, Flutter and the Heroes Bathe, part 1 of 17. Flutter and the hero... What do you mean I'm out of time? Thank you, that was a poem introduction. And I've got a bunch of events coming up and I'm gonna put the info in the chat right now. Have a happy.
Everyone give it up for Jeff Cottrell. It was awesome.
Yes,
Jeff, that was fucking fire.
Yes.
Go, Jeff.
Well done, Jeff. Well done. I'm surprised though you could read that with your beanie pulled down so far over your eyes.
Yeah, no. It keeps me warmer.
Oh,
Anyway, catch
okay.
me at Fire and Dust this Thursday afternoon. I'll put the link in the chat in a bit.
Yeah, drop everything, all your events, your social media. So happy you're here and kicking us off tonight. All right, next up we have Propaganda Poet, and on deck we have Jane Spoken Word. How are you, Prop?
I'm doing well. Good evening, all of you beautiful, wonderful poets. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do shit I don't normally do because Jeff got me all excited about doing some satire. So, and considering this open mic and it's your first one, Deadpan, and considering some of the people in this room, I figure I can get away with this one. I'm going to whip this one out because I don't usually do that very often. So, rejoice in the small penis. Celebrate the small penis. Embrace Won't someone, please, someone embrace the small penis? Now, ladies, I'm sure that some of you probably disagree with this, and I really must confess that if I had 3 wishes, well, I'd probably waste 2. And if, to be totally honest, it wouldn't be completely for you. But just imagine what we could actually do if we would just rejoice in the small penis. Now, I know what you must be thinking. That feeling in your stomach is certainly sinking, but it's getting to the point where we can't even afford the gas to get to work. And at the risk of sounding like a complete total jerk, open up your fucking eyes and recognize that America is the primary target market for the SUV. And I even whipping out my microscope to closely examine those monster trucks jacked up to the sky. But every time I publicly question why, some guy tells me that overcompensates by telling me that my ass is grass. Well, he's a little too late because the price of gas don't already kick my ass. And really, we should all just be kicking back and smoking that grass and maybe learning how to just chill the fuck out and maybe celebrate the small penis. Perhaps a joint effort is exactly what the doctor should prescribe so that we can all just learn how to get along and go along with the ride and maybe even celebrate in the small penis. Now, I even going to try to flatter myself into believing that size doesn't matter. After all, why would a guy get his tongue pierced? Twice. So I promise to be nice if we are left unsatisfied, because in the end, boys will be boys. So I'm all good with bringing in a few toys and maybe even inviting a couple friends, but we just have to stop trying to pretend that this isn't the most ridiculous issue in thrusting our society today. I mean, after all, why would we spend $1.5 billion in just 3 months for Viagra? Now, this situation would be a lot less tense if men didn't lack the confidence, and I'm going to try to touch the NRA because that cliche, well, it's far too obvious. But maybe, just maybe, we'd actually be able to rescue our own flooded out poor if our junk wasn't always stuck in someone else's stupid war. I mean, come on, people, what do you think missiles are shaped that way for? Seriously, I haven't done this one in a long time. If we could just drop our American bully way and perhaps we can just keep our overinflated egos at bay, maybe we can actually make this Tiny Johnson's big day and maybe then open up ourselves to ideas such as fair housing, healthcare, equality, acceptance, and maybe we wouldn't have to bust our asses 60 hours a week just for a mere pittance. I mean, seriously, folks, imagine how much better could be this place if someone would have just looked Donald J. dead in the face and said, "We embrace your small penis." Now, ladies, in order for us to actually be able to pull this off, we're going to need a hand from you. All that other stuff has truly got to be enough. The sunsets, the puppy dog tails, but even the struggles within when we're dirt floor poor and all those times you stick around, even when your magazines and romance novels leave you longing for more, because I bought into that whole line of questioning before, and all I ever got ripped off. You see, I need someone who can recognize that when we're scraping together every last dime and you're planning for a Sherman tank that's sure to tear some shit up, just keep in mind that the stealth bomber might fly below the radar, but it's sure to hit the target each and every time. Now, even if you don't agree with me, just take a second to sit back and see. It truly is the little things in life that count. The subtle, insinuating sideways glance, going to the dance even when you ain't got no rhythm, working out a system when you'd really rather just go your separate ways. And then you can get back to those days in between where you don't want to be seen by anybody but each other. So let's learn how to unite and fight for the little guy and rejoice, celebrate, and embrace. Please, someone, anyone, embrace the small penis. Thank you all. Deadpan, enjoy your inaugural open mic. Thank you all for encouraging my behavior.
We will
Let's go
always
propaganda.
always
Fucking
encourage
hilarious.
Like
You are so
encouraging your
fucking dope,
behavior
man.
a lot.
You are so dope, man.
That might have been my favorite poem you've ever read in the year I've known you. Thank you
I
so
do
much for
apologize
being.
ahead of time. I have another gig that I have to go to soon, so if I'm going to cut out, I hate to read and run. I'm not that guy. I hope you all know that. So I
All
apologize that
good.
I have to do that.
I've had to read and run on many late mics, so it's all good. We appreciate you being here and your behavior and love your beanie. Please let everyone know where they can find you online or drop it in the chat if you got to run. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. All right. And he's gonna, yeah, so follow him at Changeling Studios. He's got some awesome stuff there. All right. Next up, we got one of my favorite human beings in NYC, Miss Jane Spoken Word. And on deck, we have Emily Cordes. Jane, I'm so happy you're here. I know you were traveling all day.
I am, but I couldn't miss you tonight, Deadpan. Had to be here for you first.
Thank you.
So this is the piece I'm going to do. It's called You Little Shit. I'm tired of all this ages bullshit. You don't know what box I fit, you little shit. Looking all sideways at me, wondering who the fuck this white lady be. Cracking on my not your race. You ain't never seen my Pepe's face. All dark and leathered, his history erased. War painted and standing brave. From this world all the way to the grave. Interpreting forgotten questions. Breaking down revelations. I am a poet, not a blow-up doll, not a picture in your pocket. I am the examiner, not a stone on your finger, not a dollar in your wallet. I am the rhymer. I am here to spit. You little shit, you don't know what box I fit. So give me that mic. I might spit fire. Give me that mic. I might float bars. Give me that mic, I'll shine a light. Give me that mic, I'll take you higher. You little shit, cut the bullshit. You don't know what box I fit. I'm all about looking for the place that's it, where complexion ain't the connection to who you think I am. I'm just a ream of paper and a burning hot fucking pen. Peace, y'all. Thanks for
Give it up for
having me, Lizzie.
always. You are always welcome here, my friend.
God damn, James spoken word.
That was so dope.
I love it.
I love
You
you
are
guys. Thanks for having me, Lizzie.
I
We love you,
baby
and
girl.
we love you, and we are always happy to have you anytime. And buy her book. Her book is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, Jane. All right. And if you drop your social media in the chat or announce it, however you want to share that, please. All right. Next up to the mic, we got the Julia Roberts of poetry, Emily Cordes.
Hello. Great to be on the inaugural Deadpan Dope open mic. Yeah, so this here is a little tribute to a particular spot in NYC. Those of you who are natives may know of what has been come to be known by some as the Jesus Tunnel. It's an underground tunnel connecting the subway stations at 42nd Street, Port Authority, and Times Square, often called the Jesus Tunnel because it is lined up with evangelists. So I wrote a little tribute to that. Sometimes just to make it home, you've got to harrow hell or take an ill-planned detour way down yonder in Hades Town. A dirty purgatory via 42nd Street, clogged artery between each Greyhound's port of call and Times Square tourist cheese. Swipe in at the crossroads, hear the eaves repeat, the clicky-clack of travelers' wheels, the city's clanking beat. Not Excelsior or Taylor Swift, but capitalist screed. Overslept, so tired, if late, get fired. Might as well say, abandon all hope. Eyes trained, head on straight. Keep your head low. Down the ramp, steep forged slope. Access non-accessible, city's best kept joke. Road to Golgotha, studded with evangelists, hawking salvation like salesmen's quick fixes, screaming promises to kick away chairs and crutches, but who'll just as quickly send you flying down to the abyss. Their cat call catechisms handed out like tracts, chickens choked to Chick-fil-A, patting selves on backs, for transforming into harlots all the Babylonic goddesses who won't lie back, 'cause whores who dare share love or wear short skirts or yoga pants aren't welcome in their promised land. Got no beef with Jesus, it's his fan club I can't stand. But sometimes when I sing my mantra down into that dark, I hear love calling out to love, an echo none can part. Songs more ancient than the plain chants, singing truth that runs so deep. Styx or Jordan's floods can't drown me, living waters all I see. Offerings from a flowing river of sweet reciprocity, and the tunnel's walls repeating my own chorus back to me. Don't turn around. You're not alone. We've got your back on this long road. So I look up and say, devil man, get away, because the only Satan I want's on my Reuben. And if I can't dance, won't join your revolution, because the gods I love match pace with our evolution, and doubts have no place where I'm going today. Thank you.
It's
Yes.
fabulous. Oh my God, that was so
Amazing.
awesome.
Holy
Yo, yes.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
And she sent me that piece earlier, and it's a really great piece. I will say
That's
I've lived in
awesome.
New York my entire life, and she's still the only person I know that calls it the Jesus Tunnel. But I appreciate it.
Starting to trend, yep.
Yes, starting the Midtown trend. All right. I know that Instagram's giving you a little trouble, but if you want anyone to find you on social media or in the world, where can they find you?
Yeah, right now you can follow me at Emily Cordis on Facebook. I'm also going to drop my link tree in the chat. And next up for me is this Sunday, we are doing the Next 10 Poets signing event. And pick up your copy of my book, Armful of Poppies from Red or Green Press. Shout out to Marissa and to the other Next 10 in the building.
Thank you so much, Emily. And yeah, drop all your info in the chat, please. All right, next up to the mic, and please forgive me if I mispronounce your last name, Xavier Pimentel. Pimentel, is that correct?
Pimentel.
Pimentel. Okay, hi Xavier, how are you?
I'm good. Kind of nervous. I haven't been to this particular open mic before, so.
Well, it's the debut open mic, so we're
Yeah.
happy you're here, and thank you for coming to share your art. And don't be nervous, we're just a bunch of funny people in beanies, so nothing to worry about.
And this is all our first time together, so it's perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I have the floor.
Yep. You have 4 minutes to spit whatever you want.
Okay. I'm going to be reading a couple of sonnets for you guys. Some Shakespearean sonnets, which is 3 quatrains rhyming and then a couplet. So just so you know what that is. This is the first one. They don't have titles to them, so this is the first one. If I could write the beauty in thine eyes and portray the essence of thy heart, I would be a writer who is wise enough to steal the whole world with. And what are feeble words in lieu of thee, but merely vain descriptions of thy face? I cannot put to pen thy great beauty, and in the process paint of thy good grace. No one would believe me if I tried to accurately describe thy countenance. Perhaps when thou hast withered, gone, and died, will I have the strength to give words chance. Even lovely William could not speak of beauty's feral charm of which all seek. That's the first one. This is the second one. My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Her lips are neither blue or crimson red. Most, if they perceived her, would shun and proclaim another as theirs instead. She is but a rabbit, small and shy, beautiful but taken at the flood. Her eyes are full of azure blue and sky, her passion red and crimson as black blood. She hides behind a mask, a cunning bird. I like to peel the layers of her skin. She remembers every single word and to know what I feel within. My mistress is a fantasy of vice that comes without a ransom or a price. That's the second one. And this is the third one. I hope I'm doing okay with time. Let not my love be called idolatry, or my selfish want be called desire. Who can dare to judge the worst of me when beauty stokes emotion's grandest fire? Every person knows the great extent to which the mammoth mind can incubate. There is no good sufficient argument against the human heart and its sure fate. If someone should remind you of your sin, know that every mind is of his own. There is no punishment for thinking in his own pure mind, stolid and alone. We must remember everything has worth, that we are simply primates on this earth. And those are the sonnets. That's it.
Woo! Give it up.
Yes. So good.
Well done.
Amazing. Good to hear you again.
Beautiful work, Xavier, and thank you for being here. Shakespeare is my favorite writer, so I always appreciate sonnets. Thank you so much for coming through and being here tonight. Where can everyone find you online if you have social media? If you don't have social media, that's okay. Thanks for being here. All right, up next, we have Stephen Blaine, and I'm Dak Marissa.
Thank you so much, Deadpan. And hi, Marissa. How are you?
Thanks for being here, Stephen. What are you going to spit for us tonight?
This is something I wrote a couple of years ago. Some people waiting for a bus. Some people waiting for a train. Some people waiting in the sun. Some people waiting in the rain. Some people waiting for the truth. Some have been lying for so long. Me, I'm just standing on the roof, and I am waiting for a song. Some people just cannot stop speaking, although they have nothing to say. Some people really should be gone. Some people just prefer to stay. Some people never understood it, and some have known it all along. But then it shouldn't matter, should it, if you're just waiting for a song? Some people walk into the wind. Some people run into a wall. Some people got some kind of problem. Some people suck, as I recall. Some people just are very weak. Some people just are very strong. Me, I'm here playing hide and seek, and I am waiting for a song. Some people do it all the time. Some people don't do it at all. Some people will not make the climb. Some people have to take the fall. Some people wanna do it right, but all they do is do it wrong. Me, I'm staying up all night, and I am waiting for a song. And I am waiting for a song.
That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Steven! Yes.
Wow.
It's so amazing. I just love this artist so much.
It's so beautiful. And I got to hear him play a little bit last night on B-Woms. So thank you for playing again tonight. Really, yeah, it was really a powerful piece. Thank you for sharing it. Where can everyone find you online? And is that song on Spotify?
You know, I actually, I don't think I recorded that. I've been waiting for a song. I've been waiting for the right time. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's time to throw that on SoundCloud or Spotify or both, because I would definitely listen to that song as I walk around New York City. Where can everyone find you online, Stephen?
I just posted to in the chat.
Okay, well,
StephenBlaine.com is my site and everything. All roads lead there, or from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, and everyone, please give that a click. And one more time for Stephen, because that song was just powerful.
Oh my God, Stephen, it was so great.
Amazing.
So great.
Yes.
That was so good, Stephen.
Thank you for being here, Stephen. Really appreciate you. All right. Up now, we have Miss Marissa Prada, and on deck, Gigi.
So I'm gonna go. All right. So I feel bad doing some salty ass shit after Stephen. So if you guys want me to do something funny, I will do something funny. Or if you want salty ass shit, I'll do something salty. What do you guys want?
Whatever your heart tells you.
Put it in the chat. I hate plugging a nice thing like that. What does everyone want here?
I'm a queer hairdresser. I always like a good, like some tea. Like I'm always
I would
here.
love some salty shit too.
I'm always here for it.
I agree. Give us the tea. Make it hot.
Let's do some salty ass shit right now. Here we go. This poem is titled Nowhere Land. You called me comfortable in my life, as if every day I wasn't screaming out for you to take me far, far away from this jailhouse, homegrown Stockholm syndrome, dis-easy does it, easy bake oven overture to this need to be free, seen. As if every day I wasn't screaming for you to save me, show up and scoop me up into imaginary arms of unknown rapture. Full-blown dynamite expedition of every road I never knew. I knew you'd show me. But now I only play in the sandbox. MIB, flashy thing in my face, erase yesterday. Yesteryear, never, ever, lest you're nearer, too close to fear, too close for comfort. You fuck. You went and fucked it all up. Maybe you never thought I was real. Maybe you didn't think I could read a map or smell the ocean screaming California in my soul. Loving you was my prison, was my sentence for a time. For a time is on my side. Yes, it is. We promised never to leave, never to give in to the spoils of war, and now everything is spoiled. For a time is on my side. Yes, it is. Why did you do it? No explanation like all the rest. I lay you to rest amongst gargoyles. Hope hemorrhages from talons overlooking Killian graves beneath weathered statues of granite. You deserve to weather every storm for all time. Spouting peaceful silence now, never to spit tight lines of lies at another mic. Just sit back, watch. All you love die in front of your eyes, unable to move or cry or die yourself. Doomed to stare with dry eyes wide open, teeth frozen, wings hobbled by heavy stone. Mortar, murder, mystery, never put out of his misery. Attack forfeited, future all but evaporated, for you will look out. Cast your gaze upon the last blade of grass, last butterfly and beast, last river and rainstorm, last daybreak and sunset. You will watch the last human standing fall, beg to live, then succumb to death and dust and nothingness. For when we all perish, you will still be left to feel the frozen, quiet loneliness of your destiny for millennia. You will watch skies as they burn red, feel the ground rumble and rise as the globe splits in the middle and all that thrives inside spews out, consumes the rest at last, including you. And you shall never move, and you shall never rest, and you shall never find peace. This is your punishment. This is your destiny. This is still not even close to what you deserve. Thank you.
Give it up for Marissa Prada.
Oh, yes. Woo!
Love it.
Marissa.
Love
Marissa.
Love ya.
I like that piece.
I love it. I love everything you write.
Woo!
Thank you, Marissa. And thank you for everything you do for this community and your publishing company, Red or Green Books, which the next 10 is out, and some of those folks are in this room, and also the erotic women's anthology, Touching Tongues, which I am a part of, and Marissa and 31 Fabulous. Oh, and Terry Rose is here too, who's in it. A beautiful book of empowering poetry, and I'm so happy to be a part of it and know Marissa. And she's my family. Marissa is my family, and I love her so much. So thank you for sharing tonight. All right, next up to the mic, someone else I consider family, my little sister. She made the poster for Deadpan Dope Tuesdays. She's got a slouchy beanie, which I love. All the way from Massachusetts with the cutest pit bull I've ever seen, Gigi.
Woo! Hello. I was looking everywhere for a beanie because I don't own any, but then I realized my dad used to, and so I found one and I have it. I have two poems tonight because there's two women in this room that I just wanted to read poetry to. Well, there's a lot, but the first one is Rusty because I promised her I would read her this poem when I saw her in August. And the second one is Stacy because we had a wonderful conversation and then I wrote this piece. So yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so proud of everyone in this room and for this open mic. So excited. All right. So this first one is called Cicada Wings. And I think this is one of my favorite poems to read. Lizzie covered it. I'm just so excited tonight, y'all. All right, Cicada Wings. I am breathing to the beat of a humming cicada, humming in the sync with the dying of summer. I wonder in the humidity if it holds secrets or whispers of the coldness about to creak in. I wonder if it pulses through the veins of a dying beetle. I wonder if they know. I can feel the snow about to creak into my teeth. I wonder if anyone else around me knows we are a single pulse that will never beat as strong as the beat before last. I am breathing to the beat of the crickets. They are not the main event, but the chorus, and I feel that. I feel the loudness of my surroundings, where even my highest screams blend into the tapestry of noise. I wonder if my heartbeat is strong enough to carry me through the winter, through the burrowing beneath soil. I wonder if I'm the crickets. I wonder if I'm the cicada. And then this next one is called Gold Throat. And this one was after the conversation I had with the wonderful Stacy. Where is talent? What if it's not something you're always born with? What if it's birthed from a womb that couldn't nurture it, from the bearing of rawness from the clenching of jaws? What if poetry is not something to create, but to capture, to hold it down and put it on a page and encapsulate it? I was told my poetry is not polished. It's rough like the hands of people who work. My poetry is one that is unearthing gravesides as I unbury relatives so you can see them. I've heard polished poetry is boring. I didn't have the time to polish my grief in between measuring of the morphine doses for a dying father. I only had the rawness of words and the beating of grief. I write poetry for those who know it doesn't get better, it gets different, and it's okay. If someone tells me there is a silver line, I hope it's one made of wire so I can strangle you with it. A woman told me I'm called a woman with gold in her throat, and I wonder if that's why I'm always choking on fucking words and emotions. Did I ever really have a lisp? Or maybe I never learned to not speak in stanzas. I'm a woman with unrefined gold in her throat. I'm not polished. No, I'm accessible. For you to get the message that it's okay, that grief won't ever go away. It doesn't get better, it gets different, but there's still company for the living. There's still gold to be found. Thank you so much, everyone. Buy my book.
Oh my God.
Yes, buy her book. Buy her
Buy
book.
Gigi's
Morning
book.
Flowers.
I agree. Buy Gigi's book.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can buy it off my website, and there's a cool little Google form, and then I will ship you the book and write you a cute little message. But ready to see everyone else tonight. Lizzie, great job. Marissa, great job. Love you all.
Thank you so much. And yes, buy her book, Morning Flowers. I'm getting my copy in 2 weeks. I'm so excited about that. And yeah, Gigi, I just want to say Gigi wrote that first poem on my parents' porch. She just sneezed out a poem during Ray Jane's open mic. So it was awesome. All right, yes, and follow her online iron_resilience, right? Okay, yeah, that's her Instagram handle, and she can also drop it in the chat. All right, next up, we're going to keep rolling is Kristen Scribbles, and on deck, Miro. How are you, Kristen?
Christy!
Hello.
I had to do
Excited
that.
to
This one
be
is
here.
awesome. Woo woo!
Okay, so today I wrote this one in honor of tonight. It's not fully done, but fuck it. Okay. Top pocket find. The way of the weed and the wise of my joint, the spun little roll of my wisest of points, the point that tucks neatly in my pocket of chest, that top pocket one that protects it the best. The joint sits right there, ripe in time as it rests right for me in this pocket of mine as I visit my cousins, a campfire to find the best spot to light it at last, to sit in the circle, puff, puff, and just pass. From inside the top pocket, a tiny voice can be heard. The J dances around and jiggles a bit with anticipation of it all and the waiting to be lit. When will she pull me, invite me onto the stage? When will I get to smoke up with this joint and light up the day, smoke up the circle, then go round and round, smoke up the room? It's about to go down at this party. I am ready for this. Am I ready for this? I am a good joint. Do I even want to be lit? Do I want to give joy to these fuckers right here? Do I want to give high to all that are near and from far? They travel to me, for I am the joint, can't you see? Top pocket in purpose, tucked in carefully, tucked with such care and respect for the weed. The one and the same, sitting right here as her top pocket game, sitting right here, waiting the time, awaiting the call from the dugout today. When will I go get lit and go play my role as a joint in this pocket of hers? When will she beckon? When will she stir? stir for the high and the hazy of me, to share with her friends, enhance what they see how they gather round as they talk, awaiting just I, the top pocket of top, sitting right here, just wait to be seen. When will she pull and spark little oh me? Thanks.
Damn.
Let's go, Christine.
Amazing.
Oh, you guys.
One of
Poetry
us.
Alchemist
One
on
of us.
Instagram.
One of us. And that's
Go
what our
find
quote
her.
lead.
Oh my God, the Poetry Alchemist on Instagram. Go find her. I had to plug her because she's amazing and I just love Christine. She's always on IG and I just love her.
No, definitely plug her. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Damn, I'm like speechless after hearing that. Yes, please drop all your information in the chat so people can follow you and read more of your amazing art. Thank you. All right, next up to the mic, my other sister, the author of Ebb and Flow, and buy this book if you haven't yet. It's so good. Miro.
Hi. Yeah. Look at that. People have my book. Isn't that crazy? If you want my book, you should hit me up. Just saying.
You know what? I got
What?
a lot of compliments on your cover.
Oh, yeah?
And Emily's cover at the in the this weekend at the craft fair. Yes, just so you know.
That's really nice. I'll have to pass that on to my friend who graciously did the cover. So thank you. So I'm Miro, as was said. Miro reads books on IG. And yeah, I've got, so I think as far as like events are concerned, of course, I've got the book signing on Sunday, the 12th, and then on the 18th, I will be at the New Eurekan hybrid live and in person. So if you're so inclined, do come either in person or, you know, not, in spirit. Okay, so I don't know if any of y'all have been keeping up with the news in the Supreme Court. I try to stay away from headlines as a personal law, because I'd be angry and sad all the time. But when I heard what was happening, I had to write a little angry poem. So I've got two pieces for you tonight. The first one is fueled with anger and frustration, and the second one is not. And they're both new. Okay. This is tentatively titled Notes from an Angry Woman. To be a woman means insecurity. Branded with a yoni, we are target practice for the patriarchy, doomed to exist naked ourselves under constant scrutiny. Every step towards our liberation is clearly not taken serious. We are still underpaid. We are still walking home at night, keys tucked between our knuckles. We still live in a rape culture where our bodies are yours for the taking, in a bedroom, on the streets, in the office, in the Supreme Court. After all this time, we still have to protest this shit. Why is it so hard to let a woman make her own choice? Perhaps because we hold the power of life and death in our bellies. Knowing this, tell me, if you were a sad sack of XY mediocrity living your best life in the hallowed halls of power, wouldn't you pass impossible legislation regulating the greatness of woman to compensate for your insecurities? Sometimes it's one of our own who turns. Looking at you, Mississippi AG Lynn Flinch, kinda rhymes with bitch. Sorry, it's just living in a country that every day is looking more like the Republic of Gilead does a thing or two to your mental health. But go ahead, continue to underestimate the resilience of women, for when faced with the worst, it is we who rise. Don't be surprised if we bust down your door, wire hangers in hand, to fight for our Roe v. Wade. Till then, bless be. That's me being super angry. And if I were to look at all the fucking headlines all the time, I'd be like this all the time. And guess what? Rage is exhausting. So I try to live in as much ignorance as possible while still being aware of, like, you know, shit that's happening. So now for something completely different to close off this set, because I don't want to bum you all out. This is called This Balmy Winter Wind. This balmy winter wind blows me home after yet another late night out, and floating over the asphalt, accompanied by a whispering swirl of yellowed leaves, I lean into the pull of fresh memory, reliving the way your fingers wrap around mine, the way your beard pricks my skin, the way your amber orbs make me feel seen, the way we hold each other's gaze before losing ourselves to the warmth of oblivion. And I wonder how I managed to get me to my front door this close to midnight, drunk on touch and admiration. Thanks, y'all.
Yes, Miro.
Yes, Miro.
Miro, that was fucking fire.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Lizzie.
Dude, Miro, would you want to do an event? Would you want to like co-host an event where we invite poets to come and read all poetry only about what it is you're talking about? And if they have a poem for this that they can come and read, and I want to record it and I want to put it on YouTube and I want to make it like an expose supporting this one issue. I mean, it's not one issue or one topic, but the concept of what the fuck is actually happening right now, and invite anyone who wants to write a poem about that to sign up and come and read it. And we're going to do some goddamn damage with it. Would you want to do something like that with me? And I mean, anyone else who wants to sign up?
My dear Marissa, I would be honored. I would be honored to finally put my gender studies degree to good use.
Let's go. All right, I'll be in touch.
Please bill it as hosted by Angry Miro. Like hosted by Angry Miro.
Yes.
I really don't want to put the word anger with my, because I'm angry, yes, but it's exhausting and I don't want to be angry all the time. So feminist Miro, boner shrinker Miro, kill your
boners, like we're not saying we don't like
that's me. That's fine.
I'm gonna get, because if you want to co-host it with me, I'll go get, like, I'll find a huge microphone, like a mega huge prop microphone, and we'll fucking do it. You know what? Because when I come to New York, I would love to, on the stage, have this huge mega microphone and have everyone come and rip that with this mega microphone. Yeah.
Hosted by boner shrinker Miro.
That's me.
But I like boners. Like, she'll shrink it and I'll bring it back to life. It's a dual purpose relationship.
And then I'll shrink it again and it'll stay shrinked.
But see, we can have propaganda read his little penis poem during
I love this. I love what this is turning into.
Read his like big penis one during mine or something.
Can I sign up to be Castration Gigi? I just want to know if like nicknames.
Yes, okay, please. Table. Castration Gigi. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I know of that.
Just be like clit licking, or can we do something that's like more?
We all need stage names for this. This is
like roller derby names.
Miro
lip
is
service, like I don't know, but it would be great. Let's do something. We do have to do something, and we should.
We can just shorten mine to PP.
No, let's not. It can't get any shorter than it is already. It's pretty goddamn short now. Propaganda.
Oh boy. See, the great thing about being a lesbian is that strap-ons never shrink.
You're so right. You're so.
I heard that, Deadpan.
I'm just saying.
They don't get you pregnant. So.
Yeah.
And they don't create drama. So
you
need a deadpan lube. Can we get a lube?
Well, they do. Strap-ons create drama. Remember when I texted you like a month ago? I'd go to the emergency room.
Right.
What is this? What?
Hold up. What?
Pussy juice.
I want to know that story.
You cannot drop all the time like that.
We have time. Maybe I'll tell this story in the after hours.
There you go.
I'm just happy, by the way, that when we had to push this half an hour because of technology issues, my mom texted me she was too tired to stay up another half an hour because she was actually gonna pop on.
There's always next time. It's okay.
Yeah, Mom, if you're watching on Facebook, which you're not, you're seriously, if this is the circus, and welcome. So as Advocate likes to say. Anyway, Miro never apologized for reading feminist poetry. That thing was powerful and brilliant, and I so want to be a part of the YouTube open mic, feminist, pro-choice, whatever you're doing. I want to be a part of it and a part of the Miro Pack. And buy her book. Buy her book. This thing is amazing. I love Miro,
Thanks,
and
darling.
Miro keeps me in line. Miro certainly keeps me in line. So, anyway, thank you for being here. All right. Up next to the mic, we got Stacy Dyson, and on deck, my twisted twin, Nick Paleologos.
Oh my God, Stacy Dyson!
Is Stacy here? There she is.
She's here. Oh no, we can't hear you, Stacy.
Oh, we can't hear.
Maybe
I
like
don't
go out and come back in, maybe?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to go in and leave the Zoom and come back in. All right. Well, we'll get you back on the list, Stacy, when your sound comes back. But up next, we got my twisted twin brother, who says he lives in New Jersey, but he really lives in my fridge on the Upper East Side. Please welcome. He is the host of every other Wednesday with the real Nick P, Nick Logos. And on deck we have Josh Smalls.
That's actually just two things to point out. One, the fridge has gotten expensive because rent in New York City is very expensive. And also, this week is going to be the Ron Mark Thompson workshop, not my mic this week, because I heard that my mic was this week. It's not. It's the following week.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah. So, just wanted to correct that real quickly. Yes.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone. I hope we're all doing well. I do have some stuff for you tonight. I have two pieces. I will read this first one right here. This one is called How to Heal Your Wounds through Poetry. I heal my wounds with barbed wire and ink, reliving the moments of my life which made me vulnerable. I take to writing to watch those wither with me in pain, rebirth through flames, party on top of the stage lights, savor in each breath I take my blood, boil it with popped potatoes, chop them up, fry it out, burn the hot mouths of piping hot dishes. A good meal fills my voids of sadness with no need to cry away the pain. A group surrounded me, beat me up, tucked bruises behind the makeup I wore, hid behind characters of anime. I hid behind an android so I could feel human again. I hid behind a soul reaper so I could feel alive again. I hid behind a Saiyan so I could feel stronger again. Moonlight cannot hide me in the shadows where, with nowhere to hide, I had to fly with the stars. When you get so high up, you can only flee so far before all the problems come back to drag your shooting star back to Earth. I thought that fleeing would make the pain go away or make it numb. All it did was make the problems worse. I went back to assess the damage. You can only do so much with near destruction. I had to take the ink and the very barbed wire that cut my body up, melt it, meld it into new steel beams. New person, who's this? That didn't work either. Even if you rebuild a home, it never replaces the old one. Time doesn't heal the wounds. It almost never does. I just grow until it shrinks. I can have all the accolades in the world, but I still cannot dress my trauma as an award. The bandages I wear are never seen. It merges with my skin. I'll wear it like a tattoo. That's one way how I heal. The other is to exist. So, yeah. That would have been the healing one for
Get it. And are you gonna read another one now?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm going to read one more right here for you all. I'm going to see if I have this poem memorized because I am working on my set for the 16th at QXC. So I'm going to see if I have this one memorized in my head. Here we go. You probably heard this one before. Gang Gargantuan comparison. Out of the original 151, if I were a Pokemon, I would be Gengar. Gengar is only 4'9". I'm a little taller than Gengar. In Gengar's Pokedex entry, it states it gets 10 degrees colder when someone enters the territory. I have that same effect. It is a ghost and poison type ghost, like merge with shadows. Poison as addiction to me. Poison as corrosive. Gengar's ability is cursed body. Cursed and hexed is this body, trying to rip off shadowy skin to have a better connection with the soul. In order to get a Gengar, you get a Ghastly first. At level 25, Ghastly evolves into Haunter. Haunter needs to be traded to evolve into Gengar. I let go of what I was. I was cursed into Nightshade, felt dark pulses on my forearms, shuddered from me looks. I'll hypnotize them back. When they cheer for me, it's payback for those looks. When poetry is fed to me, I eat the dreams, fill my soul to the brim, so when I get back to life, I can deal with the hits. Each sucker punch I took dropped my HP to 0 faint. At the sight of defeat, I licked my wounds after each battle, drowning in a sludge wave. Despite the help that I asked for, I get shadow punched, only to claw back from those very shadows. I was so used to singing parish songs about me that I disassociate with how to heal. I vow, I will bond my destiny, take the shadows that control me, ball it up, project this apparition forward, deliver the final blow in my battle so I can be amongst the elite for many years to come. Legacy is coming. I can feel it emanating. This ghost is alive again. I'm done. Thank you.
Yes, Nick.
Yo, that was fire. That was fire.
He is a badass
Great
poet,
fire.
like it says on his shirt, and buy his book.
Yes.
Versus reaction.
It.
It's where he just read his poem out of. It's so good. There's so many fun surprises in it. He wrote me a power ballad in it. Also, it's a good thing with real estate broker, Nick. I'll give you a rent stabilized fridge. So we're good.
Nice. I'll drop also all my info into the chat for you also, so you can see all the cool things. Like, wait, we pull a kind of flashback. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I go crazy whenever time I see the books. Oh my god,
It's fucking beautiful. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Proud of
I'm
us.
crying every
That's
time
dope.
I'm like, look, it's so awesome. I'm dropping all my stuff in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone.
Love you, Nick, and thank you for being here. Yes, follow him at the real Nick P. He does so many amazing things. He is such a valued member of our community. He is our cult leader. Anytime you hear us say one of us, it is because we want you to be a part of our cult and our family and our community. And Nick started that. So I love you so much, brother. Thank you for being here. All right. Stacy, I think you were able to get back in, right? So you want to unmute yourself? Is she here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome. We can hear you loud.
Yes.
Good. So happy you're here, Stacy.
So like I said, Marissa should just calm it on down. It's all right. So just one poem tonight from Lovely and Suffering, available for Christmas purchase. This is no certain magic. In fairy tales, the wizard casts a spell and the hero triumphs. The maiden wakes from her years of sleep, all is fresh and renewed, and as if before never happened, none of that is real. And this is not pessimism, simply the truth, which is not something people want to hear right now. They want to hear that the vaccine is wizard, that all will be as it was before, but that can never be. This is a possibility, not a solution, a progress, not a reality. At best, it is cautious optimism. At worst, it is hope. The most evil and damaging thing you can promise someone is hope and a new forever. This is life, and life doesn't work that way. A year ago, I woke up to find the world, my world, had stopped existing. Autonomy, independence, the way I've managed and lived, all disappeared by something we couldn't even identify. I watched millions die for lack of understanding this thing. I watched friends mourn in a way that no one should have to, mourn without the release of being able to say goodbye. I have thanked God nightly that my parents died before this horror. I have cried nightly because I might add to that desperation of anguish, seeing people who look like me murdered on an almost daily basis. Every day a new shooting, every day a new atrocity, every day a new shattering of belief, every single day having the innocence of my upbringing ripped raw and quivering from my soul. Did you ever have something lying so hard on your heart that you were fairly sure that to acknowledge it would break you? I had to explain, well, confess to a colleague the other day that everything I thought, everything I was brought up to believe, everything I have always believed was no longer true. And I never thought that I would have to say this to any living person. I never thought I would need to explain how so much of the way you've lived your life can break your heart. And it almost broke me. Not quite, almost. In between the tears and the heart clenching, I thought for sure I was having an attack of some sort. I was. But it was on my spirit, not anything pumping life's blood. It was bad enough in the first 2 years. I kept thinking it can't get any worse than this, but every morning, every afternoon, every blessed night, it was always something new. Some brand new horror seemingly designed to break the world, to break me. Let me go back to the beginning. I grew up believing three things: that people are basically good, that prayer will see you through, that this country, regardless of its myriad faults, would not forever damagingly be blind to the evils of ignorance, the greed of racism, the obscenity of willfully disenfranchising millions of people based on no more than melanin and an undeserved but hard fought for sense of entitlement. I really did believe that reason would solve anything. I still do to some extent. But the last 2 years, personally, professionally, worldwide, have nearly disabused me of that notion. As I told my colleague, there are only two sorts of people in the world: those who want to tease the Band-Aid off bit by cautious bit so it doesn't sting as much, and those who rip the Band-Aid off, damn the pain of the consequences. The last 2 years proved the latter kind. Everything I believed, everything I held dear, everything I had prayed on, wished on to be true was ripped away from me, from my life, from the way that I thought. And that is a hard thing to accept, a hard way to exist. Torn, ripped, and thrown into the gutters, every day new blood, yet people hail this new administration, these new medicines, as an end to all that is wrong and wicked. Scream and sing and sigh in relief for getting back to normal. Normal was cold, uncaring, laden with guilt and selfishness. Normal was being murdered for being different. Normal was make it pretty, make it dainty, make it sweet so that the smell of rot won't be an issue. Normal is dead and not coming back, no matter how badly some might wish it. Normal cannot be allowed to start breathing again. That putrid, murdering breath that murdered innocent people and starved babies cannot be allowed again. Hear this: what is coming is no true magic. It will require what great change has always required: work and sacrifice, work and hard choices, work and the courage to stand the pain of our innocence being torn away from our protesting hearts and thrown to lie trash in the gutters. No wizard's wand, no foretold kiss. This is no certain magic. Leave us to work and build and remember so that normal does not happen again. That will be enough for now.
Yes, Stacy.
Stacy!
Every
Woo!
damn line.
Woo! Damn, that was
That was
amazing.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Thank you for sharing, Stacy, and thank you so much for being here. Where can everyone find you online?
I will put my website address in the chat. You can find me at St. Rains on Instagram. I can't believe that's actually coming out of my mouth. I don't have any features or anything coming up yet, but I am available for features, weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. Hook me up, folks. I'm there. And Lovely and Suffering, and the other book that I put out this summer, Follow Me on This, can be found at Barnes & Noble, on Amazon, at bookshop.org. Anywhere you find books, you can find those two. If you want an autographed copy, then you write to my website and I will send you one.
Your work is incredible.
So when Barnes & Noble opens at 9 a.m., everyone go buy her book. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your art. It's always a pleasure to see you, and I hope you keep coming back.
I will, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Up next, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Ja Smalls, or is it J Smalls?
Ja Smalls in the building. I gotta just say that.
It's
Go Ja.
Thank you.
Ja. Okay.
First, Stacy, I want to write a poem and entitle it "Tease the Band-Aid Off" with your permission.
Knock yourself out, babe. I'd love to read it. I'd love to hear
I'll bring
it.
it back for you. You're going to definitely hear that poem.
All right.
My goodness, thank you. So that totally changed up what I wanted to do. I'm actually going to do something new. I don't know if I have time to do two or not, but I'll jump right in and we'll see what happens, okay? Hiding my voice in the pen probably saved my life. Finding the power in words that laid outside of my native tongue gave me air. Watered seeds I've not planted alone seems like I could cuss you out in flowers. Drown you in syllables and snapping fingers. I've learned to give myself flowers when I was young. Rose petal my tongue so I walked on royal pavement. I've adopted a rhythmic diction. God gave me a gift and I turned it into scripture. Loaves of bread. I fed humans who didn't know they were hungry. Lately, I gave myself flowers often. Waterbed, the only ones I could lay in. I've learned I am not a work in progress, but I am a senior exit project. Took all the BS America gave me and made a blanket of it. Turned hate into a cheerleading squad. Got my resume that says school was my best friend. Honor roll was spelled with my initials. Have you checked my resume? Artist in residence, laureate nomination. There are newspapers who say my name as if they gave them to me. In fact, there are poets who speak in pen after hearing my voice. I've turned verbs into dollar bills. Bathed my story in metaphors. I find tuned things I've seldom repeated. Found tears I've already cleansed my face with. Do you know what I did last summer? The countless hours invested in others who can't explain how I helped them, but can poem you from I've had the worst day of my life to hickeys on your inner thigh in one set. See, I met God on IG. Watch my brother build an energy that others tried to steal. I don't need your permission to be great. I've accessed mastery 2 nights ago. I get better every time I sit down. Whenever a pen nestles itself in the creases of my fingers, I try to outwrite myself in every word, every stanza. I've got rewrites that save lives, ideas that resurrect through blue ink, black pens, laptops, cell phones. I'm the trigger warning you can't prepare for. You see, hiding my voice, well, that was God's choice. It was the last miracle placed in the perfect of my hands. Every line telling you why rainbows appear, reveal the reason water is wet, how birds chirp in scripture. Kiswahili tells us when our ancestors are pleased. What if your voice is Bible or Torah? If your tongue speaks Quran, what if your tongue makes you creator? Puts the divine in revelation. See, I'm not trying to show you who you are. I'm just trying to get you to own your power. Show you how a pen can story you better than your best dreams. I wrote this during a read share moment on IG Live. When they ain't right, try prove why they ain't right. I wrote this with Mina screaming in the background, laughing at a nursery rhyme that makes sure Poppy didn't fall asleep. See, I didn't miss those dozen footsteps she took her first time. I've been living in greatness for a minute now. So I write knowing that I'm going to love me just a little more every day, even when someone else dislikes me. So writing has become my sacred whispers, has become my personal prayer line. So when my fingers lose themselves and my mind can't seem to still itself in the moment, know that I'm writing for you. And I'm just trying to show you how I can help you find your own voice in every ink spot leaking from this bottomless ink pen.
Let's go, Coach John Smalls, everybody.
Coach, that was awesome.
Amazing job.
awesome.
Gorgeous.
I wasn't ready.
That was so
Came in right on
incredible.
time.
So dope.
Love, I was not prepared.
Do I have time for one more?
Yeah, you got time for one more.
Okay,
Go for
good,
it.
good. This poem is entitled Black Boys. One day, Black boys will learn real danger doesn't always have signs. Oft-time friendly faces and big smiles come in the same soup pot. Wrapped in a goulash of fear, street codes, death threats from those who can't keep their mouths shut. But what happens in Vegas shouldn't find itself on a postcard, right? Black men aren't the only predators. Black boys will learn that police have guns that carry bullets that always find your name because of your black skin. Black boys sought for pleasure, churned by broken women. She, fallen angel, now broken. Money became her God. Bills became her owner. Now man became her savior. Money paid for his pleasure. Her pain stored secrets in her memory. Money now pays for silence. New day. And I was too young to know better, to know why she sought me, turned my young age into old enough. She spoke in whispers and he watered 2 flowers with his seeds, but they grown now. Hate found them in the system, ready for him. He, now the guilty one, her age claimed him legal. He sought like dusty books on legal bookshelves. This system, quiet. Never saw what he went through. They say no way he can be at fault. She gone. Babies can't be found now. Here she comes. The new face. Stallion-like thighs, calves that say grown man ready. But grown man already learned her life. We free from wardrobes now. Bare like sidewalks when the rain comes. No one's saving him. Me. Everyone is praising her. This system, calling him names, excuse me, calling me names. Minus what the books say, minor, teenager, names that can't grant me freedom, age me past legalities, place her in restraints. Won't grant him safety, grant me safety from her lusting. This not the first time. They always find the sweet in my youth. Innocent, ripe enough to taste. No one heard him play grown. She made me play grown. Taught me adult games. Showed me how she should feel. Me now stuck. Torn between married lips, given permission to love what her husband can't reach. Take what grown men claim, but they don't deserve, but money sounds like welcome in. Young man sounds like pleasure. Sounds like teenager. Sounds like tell no one, just have what I present to you, son, boy. Call it yours, she said. Have it as you want, she says. Feast on everything this grown woman has. I've learned no one cares about young men. Not when old women see us grown. Even when age doesn't represent the same thought. I've learned anyone can have you. And they did. Took me like they owned me. Taught me that love only meant he paid bills and she keeps beds, makes dinners, knows he's not home until 7, so Black boy has a curfew now. She swallowed me whole. taught me to be quiet and show up for class. Teachers always say 10 and 2, only wear robes, negligees, perfumes that other men paid for. I never knew how to love without sex. Never learned how to ask, can I skip school today? I was taught to jump from windows, hide in bathtubs until the coast was clear. I slept under beds, clenched my gun while waiting in the closet, watching her kiss him through closet doors. I was given flowers when I was nearly a bud myself. Didn't know what work sounded like because everyone was illegal. Found money on the block because it was easy. I listened to how grown women catch their abusers at some point. Celebrate every celebrity caught with their pants down or young girl deodorant beneath his fingernails. But when Black boys are robbed of such innocence, they are told that they should be happy because no one can do you better than a grown woman. And yeah, you're right. And now I can truly say there's nothing like a grown woman, hungry enough to take you every place that young boys shouldn't go.
Wow. Damn.
Oh my
John.
God.
Wow.
Damn.
Come
Damn.
on now.
Ja.
Fire.
Ja.
Fire.
Ja.
Oh,
Shit.
that was beyond powerful,
Wow.
man. Thank you for
Oh,
sharing both
child.
those
I'm
pieces.
gonna have to give up my job and find something else to do.
Oh my God.
Me too. Well, thank you so much, Josh, for sharing.
Unbelievable.
Magnificent.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Very, very, very powerful. Where can everyone follow you online?
I am Coach Josh Smalls everywhere. I'm the Coach Josh Smalls on Instagram. It's probably the fastest way to connect with me. I've got books. I've got merch. I'm a creative writing coach. I am the slam coach of Respect to Mike Slam team. And yeah, I got a whole new exhibit coming up. So yeah, follow me and keep up with me. I got some things coming. Hopefully I can come to a city near you and feature and have some fun.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
y'all so much.
Come to New York City.
That's home for me. I'm from Brooklyn, East New York.
What? Oh, well,
Yeah.
come back home. Come
Yeah.
back home. We
Brooklyn's in
welcome
the
you.
house. That's what's up.
All right. Well, come back home, and thank you so much for being here. And drop all your info in the
Will
chat,
do.
please. And everyone, please give him a follow. Just absolutely powerful poetry. Thank you. All right. Up next is Daniel Vigalis, and on deck is Vexlex.
Hello, hello. Buenas, buenas. I'm gonna do a little 2 pieces. One piece called Lunchroom, and then I'm gonna do a little freestyle after a little beatbox. So I'm glad and honored to be here, Deadpan. I've seen you a couple of times at the other open mics. I think it's beautiful. So lo vamos a hacer como tiene que hacerlo. We're gonna do it how we have to do it. Here we go. It goes like this. Who do I go to talk to when I'm down? When I'm facing the world, but it's upside down. And every decision you make has a consequence. I can barely breathe now, losing oxygen. From overthinking every thought when they're piling in. I could stop my life now, should I drown it in? From all the tears that I've seen drop. Is it hip hop? When the beat is not the beat that can lift up? When you're down and the arrow was found, pointing at a crossroad when the margin amounts, banging beats on lunchroom tables. Secret agents of this music like I'm back in the day room, hoping I could change, man, and the changes I'm able to see a brighter picture when the picture gets labeled. Or casually my anatomy is a Lego, so let go of my ego when my ego's a bagel. And oh, in the middle, you can see how the day goes. And wish upon a star if that wishing can save you, but if it can't, then wonder why a woman can give birth to a child with seeming so ignorant. I'm seeing my inner realm, so I gotta change quickly. Peace to the gods and the gypsies. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but those days are gone. I wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but those days are gone. I wish I was a kid again. I'm trying to pick up something that's not really there. Half of the time I feel like I'm boxing the air, boxing the kid, but it's rare when you're cracking a flare on the side of the road thinking that no one is there. But a dare, living life, living a care, washed up from the tide of the sun when it flares, but I'm a new man, new perspective and new plans. Death is not an option, gotta live like I'm on land to broadband my jam with peanut butter and jam, with toe jam and Earl, a tin can of hurl when feeling so sick and not up to the task. Emotion is emotion. It don't matter your past. Yeah. Okay, so that's piece one. I'm so glad to be part of this community. I think it's so important for us to express ourselves and share ourselves with each other is the way we move forward in life. All right, so I'm gonna do a little beatbox and I'm a freestyle. Here we go. I'm in a place where I'm trying to find my mind when I go. Sometimes it's hard to let your ego when you're moving in slow motion, but I see it just like Deadpan Lizzie. I'm rocking the mic so you can actually go and feel me. Even though we work like the universe and the stars, I'm rocking the mic exactly so you know who we are. In the middle of the word is right. Some people do it out of despite, but we do it because we're trying to shine the light. You can see when we ignite like walking on lava. Make our frustrations disappear just the way that we want it. So check the emotion when we rocking like this. I never deceased. Matter of fact, I'm moving my fist. I'm rocking the mic to freestyle. I'm doing it tight. I'm never losing my mic. I'm losing the spike. Yo, check it. Gotta say what I feel. Sometimes I'm losing my mind, but that's only because I'm sad. Yo, I'm kind of hard to define. I define the line when I'm walking the line like a walker, walking the sky. I say what I want because this is known that it's mine. Para que entienda yo el ritmo que yo traigo aquí y decirle lo que siento porque quiero decir todo lo que siento desde mí adentro. Yo quiero ya volar como un vuelo de adentro. Si tú quieres ver para ver cómo soy, I said peace to hip hop and the reason you're real. Poets say what you want because it's the reason we feel. Peace.
Yes, Daniel.
Yes, Daniel. Oh man.
He did that.
That was
I'm
fun.
glad I heard you again.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Daniel
There's so many
Viega.
quotables in there. I love the beanie, by the way. Thank you for rocking.
Oh
the beanie.
yeah, no doubt. Thank you. Love yours too. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. It was a gift. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for spitting with us. Where can everyone find you online?
I'll put it on the IG, Instagram, Daniel Villegas Music. I'm working on a double album right now, a bilingual hip hop and a spoken word album. So I got that in the works, but I'll put everything on the chat so you guys can check out some of my music on iTunes and whatever it is that you listen to. It's just some good music. So yeah, thank you a lot for the support. Mucho amor, y mucho amor.
Thank you. Gracias. All right. Well, please follow him and look at all those links and check him out. He's got some great things coming up. All right. Up next, we got, sorry, getting a text. Up next, we got Vexlex, and on deck, Idianga.
What's up? Hey, Deadpan.
Vexlex is here.
All right, I got two pieces. The first one is called Lovers Anonymous. My name is Alexis, and I'm addicted to romance. At first glance, I come off as emotionally detached, but that's the catch. When in reality, I latch onto her and her and her until there's not enough of me left to give to the next woman. I daydream about living in total bliss and miss what's going on right in front of me. I thought I could stop whenever I wanted to, but I never wanted to. And they just kept coming, and I stood no chance. All there was left to do was to fall like the romantic fool I was. Fall like the time was running out because that's what it feels like. They say thank you for sharing, but no one has thanked me for wearing my heart on tattered sleeves, or because I still believe in fairy tale endings.
FR got the call just before 1:30 this afternoon.
Woo!
Right now, investigators don't know
And
which
my
Hey, Marissa.
Marissa,
Your sound is
is
on.
that your TV or something?
Marissa.
Sorry, Vex, 1 second.
Sorry, I just wanted to hear Vex's next quote,
yeah.
but I don't know if Marissa can
Marissa,
hear us.
can I mute her? I think I can mute her.
You can do that, yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Vex, if you want to go again and redo the whole thing, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I
Sorry
can do
about
that. Yeah, it's good.
Go for it. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that.
Lovers Anonymous. My name is Alexis, and I'm addicted to romance. At first glance, I come off as emotionally detached, but that's the catch when in reality, I latch onto her and her and her until there's not enough of me to give to the next woman. I daydream about living in total bliss and miss what's going on right in front of me. I thought I could stop whenever I wanted to, but I never wanted to. And they just keep coming and coming, and I stood no chance. All there was left to do was fall. Fall like the romantic fool I was. Fall like time was running out, because that's what it feels like. They say thank you for sharing, but no one has thanked me for wearing my heart on tattered sleeves, or because I still believe in fairy tale endings. And my second piece, I got the beanie to channel my inner Deadpan. I wanted to channel my inner Marissa and kind of slip in an erotic piece. All right, so it's called Chemical Imbalance. They always say that antidepressants lower your sex drive, but I want you to prove them wrong. I want you to rattle the chemicals in my brain so much that you balance the imbalance of neurotransmitters. I want you to fuck the serotonin out of me. I want you to fuck me until I am happy. Fuck me so good that the only reason I won't get out of bed won't be because depression has reared its ugly head, but because I am sore from you turning me into some little whore. I could easily get endorphins from jogging or maybe doing jumping jacks, but I'd rather be on my back and have our own private workout. Fuck me so good that when I close my eyes, instead of hearing the nagging thoughts trying to tear me down, I hear you telling me just how wet I am. Put my breasts in your mouth and suck the agony right out of me. Keep fucking me this way, and maybe we can prove them wrong. Thank you.
Both of them, but that second, oh my goodness, that was awesome.
That's what I would say is Deadpan sexy dope.
If that's Vex, I'm scared of Happy.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Thank you, Vex, for being here, for wearing the beanie, for channeling your inner Deadpan, erotic POTUS. Where can everyone follow you online?
You guys can follow me at VexLex Poetry on IG and VexLex on Facebook.
Awesome. Give her a follow. She does some amazing things. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we got Ilyonga, and on deck, my brother Thomas Kana.
Hi, guys. So, actually, first, there's something going on with my video, so I'm just going to, I tried to switch this to show that I was having a beanie on, but I don't think my whole entire face is showing on, but I'm in solidarity with the Beanie Squad. Also, what I wanted to do today was, I actually wanted to do two pieces, and the two pieces that I'm doing, I am going to actually do shout outs to Word is Right poets. And I will surprise you guys as I do your piece. So the first one I'm doing is by Emily Cordes. Okay. This one is called Pixie. 4'10" and doll-sized body, cartoon voiced and sherbet hair. Still, you scare me just a little. A memory of myself before I snipped my wings off or just learned to hide them better. Devotees of the same goddess, whirling around the same big cities, speeding faster than raindrops, sugar and vodka, combat boots and Tool, colors blazing, live broadcasted poems inspired on walls and textbooks, Hearts passed out like penny candy, then surprised when it's devoured wrappers littering the street. I want to love you like I want to love the girl I was. Bring her soup and homemade bread. Grab her by the hand and take her dancing. Sit with her till her pulse steadies. Whisper to her to keep writing and shout to never apologize for it. But love, it is not safe here for creatures like us. Winged and hooves and horns aren't dress code. Mermaids drown on dry land. Even islands are no refuge. And if you do survive, they'll get you, put you in a sideshow, trot you out to show their mercy. So exotic, well behaved. Maybe I've become too callous, cold and rigid like this city. My screams stuffed inside a pillow, not strung through a ticket line. But I'll go where you can't follow, where it's lit backstage with string lights for the ones who can transverse worlds are the ones most needed here. Shout out. That's my first one. My second one is actually from one of the poets from your first edition. So I'm going to give a shout out to Elemental. And this one is called Dear Poetry. There aren't enough numbers to count the ways I love you. Not enough thank yous in this existence to quantify the close calls you saved me from. Hanging on by a thread, trying to needlework these words into I'm sorry, careful not to puncture my skin. My heart is toxic, pumping radioactive ideas into my sleepless days. Nights spent howling at captured moments when I was someone else. You brought me back to life, put the soul back into my soul, made me aerodynamic, sleek styles like ninjutsu haikus, using your senses against you. You, Shaolin, home of peaceful destroyers bound to this reality by the lines of code spliced into our DNA. We are instruments playing out of tune. You are the middle C, keeping us balanced. I thought I was Superman, using fractions of my ability, still causing havoc, until I tangled with the dark side of my pain. You are the arena holding this clash of titans, allowing me to use all my powers. You are alchemy, scientific sorcery, using equivalent exchange to balance the universe. You are scuba, giving air when every particle fights against me. More Aquaman than Poseidon. You made me great. Allow me to release every part of this monster and purge my heart with the violence of my truth. Line after line of loyal pages, cheering the return of the Allspark to be ferocious. I'm sorry for always crying on your shoulder, for loving you in my worst of times and forgetting you in my best of times. You stayed loyal, the blast in my superconductor smashing atoms into these words. I'm sorry for not having the courage to love you sooner, but you were a lover of arts. I was just a kid with crayons for a smile, scribbling on life, still trying to color inside the lines. You evolved with me, said goodbye to pen and paper penitentiaries, moved into the technology suite, penthouse precision and breathtaking view of the worst days of my life, drinking in the smell of defeat and the power to heal all on the same page. You freed me from the bondage of myself, gave me the push I needed to gain momentum, holding on for dear life, pumping these verbs, flying through carefree skies, screaming, higher, higher. You slingshot me into a better me. Less death grip on tombstones, more clinging to life with every line written with the quill from your feather. I love you for laughing at my worst jokes, for being awake every time I call. You are the foghorn leading me through the blindness of my ignorance to the shores of your liberation. I love you is not enough. I need you is not enough. I eat you, sleep you, breathe you, feel I'm becoming you. Feasting on this magnetism between us makes me mighty. Now I'm addicted, blessed by your intoxication. Some days I get lost, bottle after bottle of everything you, till I'm dreaming up treasures buried in your blank pages. Sincerely, just another poet singing outside your window with his heart folded into a poem. I love you.
Oh, what beautiful tributes. Give it up for Idiongo.
Nice tributes.
I love you
Thank you so
guys.
much. Oh my God.
Next
Great piece.
10.
Great piece.
Aw,
That
those
piece
are
had
beautiful.
so many bombs in it. That was like, wow, that was amazing. That was amazing.
I just think that you
If
guys
I
are
ever
so
fall in love,
magnificent, you
and
guys.
again,
You
go ahead.
guys are all so
Back at
magnificent. Your words are just like treasures, and I am so appreciative to be a part of this community. Deadpan, love you. Congrats on your like first inaugural like open mic, sis. Like, I'm so
Aw,
happy for you.
thank you, sister. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. And those are beautiful tributes. And buy Emily's book. It's so good. Armfuls, what is it? Armful of poppies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Armful of poppies. Words are hard for words are hard for me sometimes. You know that. Yeah, it's a great book. Please buy it. And all the books at Red and Green Books. And that was awesome. And I'm so happy you're here, Idiongo. So thank you. I love her so much. Idiongo, she knows so much I love her. Up next, we got my brother from another mother, Thomas Connor. And on deck, Marianne Peterson. How are you, Mr. Thomas Connor?
Thomas featuring on Saturday night.
Yes.
I will be there.
Thank you. So this one I just kind of finished up. I've been writing these days at open mics for whatever reason. I have no idea why, but it's just been coming to me. So here we go. Morning mirror glistens. It shines my imperfections. My continence conveys the possibility of error. How did I arrive here? Marked with subcutaneous scars from weekend wars from who knows when. These New York streets blend with not enough urban anymore. Sounds perfect for them. Strangers that would never pay a dime for the city's former lackluster shine. Gentrified Brooklyn sidewalk reeks of latte. Me ticking in tandem with a past that used to carry a 9 on its hip. Standing arms folded, emboldened to do whatever just to get a rep. This untacked check came easy, that guru type shit. Brooklyn corner type grit. I lose count in the seconds I wish I had back. Yet reality remains I could never go back. As I go Bantu black, fade into the back with this gun still on my hip. End poem.
You gonna share one more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
This one, it's in honor of my mother and for Christmas, because Christmas is coming. Christmas mornings, torrejas simmer en canela. Mommy's house gingerbread sweet. Pan dulce con café. La mañana radio guado. Background music before work. Polito Vega con los clásicos. Papi search for the make-believe ballroom jazz, always on his mind. WNEW in the background. He sought for sonic alchemy, yearning to illuminate the room with stories. His jitterbug funk made the place move. me sitting bedside waiting to go to school. Those times unforgettable they were, now just a blur, a ripple in time that strays into the annals of my mind. Like that time I hit that skilly, diller, killer type hit. Yeah, I won the game and became king for the day. End poem.
Oh, those are beautiful, Thomas. Thank you. Everyone get up for Thomas Connor.
Let's go, Thomas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, Thomas.
Thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings to all. Everybody here has been awesome.
Yes, peace and blessings. And I'm so happy you're in my life and a member of this community. And thank you for coming through.
Thank you, sister. And you know I always got your back, sister.
I always got your back too. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Know,
oh Lord, bye.
Bye. Where can everyone follow you online?
Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC7371 at Instagram.
Awesome. Yes, give this man a follow. God.
Thank
I love Thomas Connor so much. God,
yes,
please
yes.
follow him.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
I love you back, sis.
Love you so much. All right. Next up, we got Marianne Peterson, and on deck, we got Michelle.
Okay. I have a song and a poem for you. First, the thing I'm going to do is a song that I wrote a long time ago. It's called I'm Singing the Loving Mother's Blues. I am singing the loving mother's blues. I keep fighting and up to now it's been no use. I'm sad and upset that it continues. Only no one's listened to the truth. It is sad when abuse is allowed to continue. I get angry when the victims are the ones accused. We aren't faceless, we aren't worthless, we aren't nameless. I am singing the loving mother's blues. I keep fighting and up to now it's been no use. I'm sad and upset that it continues. Probably no one's listened to the truth. We aren't voiceless, we have rights too. We who are heroes survivors. We are worthy of being treated better. We will not be ignored. We will keep fighting. I'm singing the loving mother's blues. I keep fighting and up to now it's been no use. I'm sad and upset that it continues. Probably no one's listened to the truth. Now the poem I'm going to do is called Another Angel. I wrote January 18th, 2021, this year. So almost a year ago now. Another angel was lifted up to heaven recently. She was one of my friends. I do not know what she died of. I miss her terribly. I think I will make it through though. It's just a shock right now. She was in her 70s, so she lived a long life. I found the bad news today. I'll keep it in my heart and mind always. Poem.
Incredible.
Thanks.
I love that second one especially. It was really good.
Yep. Thank you so much for sharing, Marianne. Appreciate you being here. Where can everyone follow you online?
On Instagram at marianne.pearson.336, on SoundCloud for my music, Mary1, WRITMARY, the number 1, all small letters, no spaces. I have 2 YouTube channels under Marianne Pearson. I'm on Facebook under Marianne Pearson. I'm on Twitter under Sue Marianne. And I have 7 books available on Amazon right now. Life 1, Life 2, and Love and Lust 1. You have to be 18 up to get because of adult content. And then the newest one, Obsession and Murder, and other short stories. You have to be 18 up to get that one because of violence in some stories.
Awesome. We'll drop all that stuff in the chat so people can familiarize themselves. And thank you so much for being here and sharing your art. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. We got 3 more poets before we go into our after hours. And up now is Michelle. And on deck, we got Mr. Witz.
Hey y'all. I have 2 pieces for you tonight. First one is called an everyday mantra. Today, I rise like the sun on its journey around the earth. I rise to face the battle of this day, the routine, and all the unexpected. I rise because the only other thing to do would be to sink. Sink into the depths of despair. Each day is a chance to rebuild, an opportunity to change, a choice for renewal, to choose light over darkness, love over hatred, peace over war. Today, I rise. And this is called Solemnness Thoughts. Never knowing from whence inspiration arrives, grant blessings, sweet muse, kindness to infuse. Ignore ignorant blindness, grace the blank space, anticipation of revelation. Hear this invocation. Never from me depart, recite unto me a veracious narrative, for together is the ultimate destination. Place no conditions upon the eternal, passionate desire, for life is ever more pleasant whenever you are present.
That was awesome, Michelle.
Woo! Hi, Michelle.
Yes, Michelle.
You're getting many compliments on that blue beanie in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing. I've gotten to know you a little bit over the last couple of weeks on different platforms, and it's been really lovely hearing your poetry. So thank you for coming through and spending time with us this evening.
It's great to be here.
Thank you. And I love your background. I love the butterfly wings. Where can everyone find you online?
I am on Facebook at Rowena Writes and Instagram under the same name. I will put it in the chat.
Yes. Thank you so much. And yes, please drop that in the chat and give her a follow.
So good to see you, Michelle. Thanks.
All right. So up next, we got Mr. Witz. And on deck, our final poet, while we're live on Facebook, is Jen Releasino.
What's up, family? Oh, I got something going on in the back. Let's take that out. What's happening there? What's happening, baby? You got duality coming on. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a duality going on. I can't seem to take that off the screen, but we're gonna go with it, okay? Everybody was dope. I'm just sitting here listening to everybody and amazing pieces, and the versatility that's coming through everybody is amazing. So I'm gonna share two pieces with you real quick. The first piece I'm gonna share with you is called "Fall Asleep to the Lullaby of Gunfire." Evil speaks out from rockets triggered by the hand when they do exactly what they were designed for. The all blame lie in the clutched fist of those who wage it. You have to identify with its creation. They say a weapon is a weapon even before in use. I used to think this world was so full of much love. Excuse me, I used to think this world was full of so much love. Then I grew in knowledge of that love of destruction, the lust to get, let me take it from the top, I'm sorry. Evil speaks out from rockets triggered by the hand when they do exactly what they were designed for. The all blame lie in the clutched fist of those who wage it. You have to identify with its creation. They say a weapon is a weapon even before in use. I used to think this world was full of so much love. Then I grew in knowledge of that love of destruction, the lust to be greater that had overcome her dreams, the devastation that had now claimed her new purpose, fading earth but a grave for all of earth's beings. I didn't take long, not much of a song to catch on, not as if I could turn ear to the tune, the decaying volumes, the synthesizing acoustics, bravery she homed inside of her booms. Most nights was like I was listening to mood music. Frightening beats will rock you in and out of your sleep. Winds whistle more often evenings of the winter, yet hell has a serenade for summer's eve. A whole night rest bends to the whim of the firearm. Those shells are the only sleeves that cover in yards. When in search of the jackets, gleaming in the twilight, laying underneath the moon is not a mirage. Mine reminds me of that burst of stars and offer that national accord promised over America. The national accord promised the air over America, the spark in the fire, the light, the red glare, proof of the flag that would not be moved. You've been training our awareness since childhood cartoons, while Mayor Tashara Jones lacked a flinch at the punes. We haven't had the luxury to move far enough from ever hearing the chords play of a handgun strum. We've become the remix, the 808 rhythm, the low end bass sound that emanates from the kick, echoing silence out from the blast. Those all too familiar whistles of so frightening tunes, knuckleball pitches that breach the windowsill, too accustomed to hear whispering reaches from a pillow. Every night I fall asleep to a lullaby of gunfire, an MOP anthem, a URL battle. You don't really think tomorrow unless you got something planned. You just get through today, listening to the way shots sprayed bass lines behind the orchestration of the city's drum line, time ripping metal that will rock you out your cradle, eternal rest that may bed you a fetal position. Holiday excuses to light up the sky. We just looking for a reason that we could celebrate tradition. We don't pour it out enough for those who ain't here to know that they should have never left us that way. But the street claim revenge in the mounting depths. And if it's God's will that man be weaponized, then humanity will definitely destroy itself. So I pray we find a vibration suitable for us to melody our way from desire. So one day we won't have to wake our babies to the lullaby of gunfire. And that's that therapy.
Oh, let's go, Wits.
Give it up for Mr. Wits.
Mr. Woods, that poem was awesome.
was
And I like how you said you
so
ended with that's that therapy right there. Was that right, Mr. Woods?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's really unique. You're such an awesome person.
I appreciate you, King. I think we have to start looking at the work that we do. It's always been the job. You feel me? And if you signed up for it, then you have to claim it. You know? And once we do that, I think the behavior will change. You know? It's a time and a place for everything, right? But I think there's too much of our identity crisis out there that we all want to be recognized. So we find ourselves putting on our superhero costume just to be loud. And that was never the assignment. I believe the assignment was always to speak for those who can't. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason you have a voice, and that you can speak to a multitude and hold them. It's not for you. And I think once we get the message beyond ourselves, then, like I said, everything will change. That's where the therapy comes. It starts with us individually.
Absolutely. And thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your art in the space with us tonight. Where can people follow you online?
Well, I got one more if you don't mind.
Yeah, we got. If it's like, is it like under 2
It,
minutes?
yeah, it ain't gonna be long like that first one. This
Okay.
is a new piece
Okay.
I wrote. And it's called I'll Keep You. This is for any and everybody who's ever lost anybody. When I make my way by a graveyard, all I see are the bones, the grass that has grown, the flowers left to tombstones and cathedral mausoleums, chumped out their growth by the scissor clip of their florists. A floor fits of caskets buried to a depth, standardized by and for man, deemed inequality, a level bestowed to be human decency when the soul transcends the body. Vacant lot property of our food chain remains. We are where we go back to forth a chase and reclaim of memories, chasing butterflies in the raised fantasy. I know I'm not the only one given to that toss. We all have searched for our family in prayers of their expiration. When I think of grave sites, I think of revisitation. So even there, when I find them, they are well in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. I could have did this at home. Instead, I'm passing by a field of the unalive with my head down, traveling a gated community of the deceased and buried. I carry the loss of them in a mental wheelbarrow with compassion for each, as if I genuinely knew them. It's hard to unhand the task of companionship when patterning the annual visits. I've searched for lost spirits left to roam, tied to the headstones, the ghost of the gone still amongst those who have passed on. Wisp I may have found different from the voice of the wind, whispering, and that's when your call came in. I thought I was bugging because I laughed so loud, stupid in the face, you couldn't fake my smile. You always knew how to shake a laugh out of tree. And I'm grateful for every harvested fruit you seeded at my heels when I reach where you were placed. The trades I will make to escape you from that space. The peace I will have made still has me at war with your not being here anymore. So I shut my eyes to see and say a prayer I hope to be hopefully enough to reach you. Because this box, this dirt does not house your soul, unlike the remembrance in which I'll keep you. That's that therapy.
Thank you, Mr.
Let's
Witt.
go,
Thank you
Witt.
for
Wow,
sharing.
that was amazing.
Amazing.
So dope.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing and being with us tonight. And if you want to drop your social media in the chat so people can follow you, and we hope to see you again in another 2 weeks. Good to see you. Thank you.
Always good to be in y'all space. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, all right, so we got 2 more poets, and then we're gonna go to after hours. We got Generalissimo, Brian Franco, and then we're gonna close out with Terry.
Oh
And
my
Brian has
God,
got-
I love
Brian's
it.
got-
Look at,
Brian's got the coolest beanie in the world.
I need that.
Well, because I'm Jewish, I have horns.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Awesome. Look at how big his
Michelangelo
smile
would agree,
is.
wouldn't he?
I mean, we're both Jewish and we know what that means. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to first read 2 poems from this book by a friend of mine named Travis Govan, who is a 30-year-old poet in Portland, Maine. This book is called Pizza and Beer Money. It's a really fantastic book. Travis is an amazing poet. The first poem is called Notes on Controlling Your Problems. The more you lie, the further behind you fall. It's sunny and 75, yet here you sit inside all afternoon, a 12-pack in this selfish obsession of being alone in the doom and gloom, with a gas station burger for good measure. So who is controlling whom? You or your problems? And the next piece that is in this book is called Monsters. You know, when you were younger and too afraid to look under the bed because of the monsters, even though your dad and your mother and all the others tried to help and say stuff like, there's no such thing as monsters, and yet you were still unable to sleep at night because you swore there was something beneath you. Or when you were 13 and wished you had your old nightlight. Well, that's what is best about you and I. We're both still looking underneath a lot of the same beds. Okay, the next poem is a brand new little micro poem I recently wrote. It's called The Rose Petal Diet. If you eat 6 to 12 rose petals with each meal, there is a very distinct possibility that your shit won't be stinking. Sorry. And then I want to do a very special poem dedicated to the host. It's called Red Carpet Lizzie at the Met, which is an ekphrastic because she had this post of her sitting on the steps of the Met, and I did a poem about it. Red Carpet Lizzie at the Met. She stood on the steps of the Met Museum, the grand building housing grand art, where she once saw an exhibit of 18th century Cartier jewelry, the stories of aristocrats putting themselves in debt to keep up with the Joneses seemed like a storyline from a movie. She drank a cardamom-infused iced matcha latte on this sweltering summer Manhattan day. She didn't think about which designer would design her dress for the Met Gala. She didn't imagine flashbulbs flashing as she ascended the red carpet in potentially crippling high heels. She thought about how impractical those French aristocrats were and how impractical it must feel to wear a dress you could barely walk in worth tens of thousands of dollars. And what if you spilt red wine on it? And how happy she was to be a superstar real estate broker and a respected published poet and a practical lesbian who looks kick-ass in a leather jacket. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. That's one of my favorite poems in the world. I love you so much, Brian. And I have his book. What?
I said I love you too. And I had such a wonderful time at your home. And you know, you and me and Idianga and Nick was there. Who else was there? Is anyone?
There were more people on this call earlier that were there. Gigi and Ron and
yeah.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again next summer.
Thomas Connor
when
was there.
Thomas was there. And I have Brian's book.
Ray Jane.
Ray Jane. Well, Ray didn't pull through in it, but
you
next time.
You have the galleys.
Yeah, I have it. It's amongst the thousands of.
Oh, you don't have to worry. You don't have to grab it. I don't. That's the original galleys. There's stuff taken out and stuff put in that's not in that. So
yeah, when I hosted that poetry pool party, I left with like everyone's book, which was very, very special. I have Rusty Rose's book over there. I have all the books. So.
Yeah. Well, and now I recently received Emily's and Nick's book in the mail today. I haven't opened the envelopes because they were in the mailbox when I came back from Portland right before I walked in tonight. So
they're sitting on my bookcase with Miro and all the other next 10. And I love that poem, the Lizzie poem, so much. You read that at the Nuo, and I was probably chugging a Gatorade between showings, not coffee, because I don't drink coffee. But I was probably chugging a Gatorade.
Well, I changed it to ice matcha latte because I thought
that's cool. Well, the Met, the Met's just a few blocks from me on the Upper East Side, glowing its light.
How awesome is that?
I know. I live very close to Museum Mile. I will be walking across the park tomorrow because I don't feel like taking the bus to go to showings. I just feel like walking across the park. Well, thank you.
Is La Camiliana coming next? That's Terry Rhodes.
Oh, well, yes, she is. And please give Brian a follow online. He's awesome. Please buy his book. I'm so happy I know this man. I love him so much. And yes, to close us out before we go offline to our after hours, and she is also part of Touching Tongues. Please welcome Terry Rose Jertson. I Funny Moms.
I have my beanie on.
Woo, Terry
I love
Rose,
the
and she's
beanie.
in Touching Tongues too. Terry Rose is in the anthology.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, and she's got I love her beanie. I love her background. All right, what are you gonna close us out with?
I have two. I have a holiday one, and I have one that's just a workshop one. I like the workshop one though, so I'm going to read that, and if I have time, I'll read the other one. I wasn't supposed to be heard. I heard that I am too sensitive. I heard that I'm crazy. I heard that I have a big mouth. I heard you say that there was something about me that you didn't like. I heard you wrote me a letter but never mailed it. I heard that I'm a wild card. I heard that I can't be trusted to say the right thing. I wasn't supposed to be heard. I heard my mother's voice say, I can't be trusted to say the right thing. I was to be seen, but not heard. Shut up. Time changed. I guess I didn't. Stop apologizing for what I just said. Because in your mind, I offended someone. I grew up with that mindset as a child. Who knew I would still be hearing this as an adult? So you don't like what I have to say? It does not resonate with you? Remember, I wasn't supposed to be heard. So why are you still listening?
That's awesome. You got one more, you said?
Yeah, I got the Christmas one. I just wrote it actually in here. This, let me see. Where do I begin? Okay. Christmas. Now it's Stressmas. Not having the time to drag down all the boxes of crap. I say crap, but what I really mean is precious mementos from my children's youth and priceless Lennox pieces that came from the husband's stepmom, who was my mother-in-law for 10 years. She remembered every birthday, every occasion was perfectly done in true Martha Stewart style. Money was spent. She seemed at times that she really enjoyed entertaining, but as the gifts were exchanged and the wine was being emptied from bottles and drunk only by her, the mood would change. Her face would cringe at every word anyone would say. I would get hateful glances. I would try to help clean up and be a good guest, but my feeling was that my presence was no longer required. All this next bit was her basically saying it was time for us all to leave. A couple of times those words did leave her lips. I never had been in this awkward position before. It became obvious at this leg of the evening that the woman was barely able to say the words because the alcohol had taken its toll, which changed the mood of the evening. This was the ritual for 9 of the 10 years. One year I hosted, and it seemed like they did not feel comfortable enough to stay very long after dinner, and they were gone. That was the only time they came for dinner. To say that she was set in her ways was an understatement. Once I was complaining about something having to do with my husband, and she jumped down my throat and said that I was lucky to have him. So I knew what she really thought of me after that. She always seemed angry underneath the service of the perfect hostess. This is how I remember Christmas from my recent past. Nowadays, if I put up a tree, it's optional. Gifts, optional. Children, optional. Young adults with their own memories and ideas of what Christmas should be. I hope that they remember the love that I wanted them to feel under our less expensive but happy holiday tree.
And that is an awesome way to close out the night. Give it up for Terry, y'all.
Terry! Jersey
Terry
Trinity.
always comes with the fire and the funk. I love you.
And the beanie.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you so much, woman.
I love you all too.
Love you and thank you. And you can find her online at iFunny's mom and in this book, this awesome book, Touching Tongues, with me and her and like 30 something other brilliant female poets. So thank you so much for closing us out, Terry. And thank you all for being here and joining us. If you're on Facebook or on Zoom for the debut of Deadpan Dope, I'm a little overwhelmed seeing everyone in a beanie. It's just crazy, and everyone here reading their poetry and their art, and my heart is very full. So thank you so much. We're gonna stay on this Zoom.
We love you,
So
Deadpan.
I love you all too.
Can we just like unmute our mics real quick and just give Deadpan a huge round of applause and cheer everyone who came to read and say,
Lizzie and the Beanie Mafia.
Yes, the Beanie Mafia has grown so much in the last 3 hours. So I know.
Yes.
My heart is so full. If you wanna, yeah, Josh Smalls, I'm the Beanie God, as Advocate of Words named me about a year ago. So beanies aren't required, but when we go back on this in 2 weeks, if you want to rock a beanie, though sometimes I rock a baseball cap when it's like 90 degrees here in New York. So
I'm coming with the beanie next time.
Oh yeah, well, I can't wait to see that beanie. All right, and yeah, my heart is so full. We're gonna stay on the Zoom link, so if anyone watching on Facebook wants to join us for after hours, because I mean, as you know from Saturday nights on The Word Is Right, I tend to spit erotic poetry. So if you want to watch that and listen, or just come hang out for a little while, the Zoom link is on the Facebook page. And just beanie blessings, everyone. Beanie blessings.
Beanie blessing. Oh my God, I love that. You did t-shirt idea, beanie blessings.
Beanie,
All right, with
well,
that being
beanie
said,
was
I'm
a
going to turn
beanie
off the
idea.
recording real quick. We're going to stop recording. And we're going to go ahead and turn off the live feed. So y'all need to get your ass to the Zoom room for the after hours. Everyone else just stay right here.